here on the AUDUSD, from a long-term perspective, definitely we understand that this pair has been going bearish. However, as we go into the new week, what are our expectations here on the AUDUSD? Stay tuned with me as I take you on a journey where we shall be identifying how to take advantage of a trading opportunity lying before us in the new during the new week. So here on the daily time frame, the first thing I observe here is that we have a demand zone that has been holding price action since on the 12th of May. As we can see, our price has been respecting this demand zone in the past. We had the first rejection here on the 12th of May. We had the second one here on the 14th and 15th of June. And finally, we saw a breakdown of that demand zone sometime in the beginning of this month of July. And what is going to be our expectation going forward? Is price going to continue to the downside, or are we going to be having a bullish continuation from this area? So let's scale down to a much lower time frame and let's see how price action has been playing out in the last couple of weeks. Scaling down to a much lower time frame, that is on the 4 hours time frame here, the first thing I did here was to identify that trend which has begun since the beginning of June. As we can see, our price has continued to find lower lows and lower highs here. We can see our price has been respecting that bearish momentum. So in this regard, I had to connect the series of lower highs, and that gave us that bearish trend line you can see on your screen with a black dotted line. Now, since the breakdown of that demand zone here at 0.68600 area, we can see that price has continued to reject that demand zone. We can see, so hereby making that demand zone somewhat a supply niche for participants in the market as price continued to reject this area. But one significant thing I observed is this. Since that impulsive move to the downside from that breakdown of that demand zone, price came back to do a retest. The expansion did not increase, as we can see that the 0.67600 area was being rejected multiple times before we finally saw a breakout of that bearish trend line, a retest of that trend line, and we begin to see something that looks like price is finding higher lows at this point in time. So with a breakout of that bullish trend line, or the bearish trend line rather, we have a breakout and a retest of that bearish trend line. This is probably going to give us a signal that we might be going bullish in the new week. But it's not all the time price action works this way, as we really need to look out for further confirmations that will guide our action during the new week. So what are we going to be looking out for at this point in time? Remember, we have a demand zone around 0.68900 area, which appears to become a selling niche for participants in the market around this area. We can see we had a selling niche here, the first one here, and one thing around this area now. Heading into the new week, we are not sure if price is going to respect this place for a selling momentum. So what do we want to be looking out for? With a breakout of that bearish trend line, I am looking out for a bullish momentum. And the reason is because we can see that since the breakdown of that demand zone, price have been finding it difficult to break below the 0.676 or 700 area. This area is what I'm talking about. Let me give you a visual representation of what I'm talking about. This area has been sellers have been finding it very difficult to break below this area, so giving me a clue that buyers are probably gathered at this point in time to create a demand niche for a bullish momentum going into the new week. So going into the new week, what I want to be looking out for a further confirmation that the buyers have actually taken over is an outright breakout of a key level which I've identified at 0.68700 area. So going into the new week, I want to look out for a break above of this area, giving me an idea that buyers are finally taking over, and a retest of structure. As you can see, if we do have a retest of structure, this price has finally come back to the demand zone that has been holding price action in the last 1 month. So if that happens, then we want to be looking out for reversal pattern here, or probably on a lower time frame, that will prompt us and give us further confirmation that we might be going bullish on this one. So going into the new week, I have two parameters that will be guiding my actions going forward. The first parameter is a key level at 0.68700 area, which I want to see a breakout retest of that structure to give me a further confirmation of a bullish momentum. And the other scenario or the other parameter that will be guiding my action is the bearish trend line, which is the black dotted line on your screen, as I want to be looking forward to price continuing to oscillate right above that bearish trend line. But if in at any point in time price comes back below this bearish trend line, then I want to be looking for a further breakdown of this demand structure that I told you has been holding price supported in the last 2 weeks, after which a retest of that bearish trend line is probably going to send price crashing to the downside. So as we head into the new week, kindly follow me so that you don't miss out on the regular updates I normally share in the comment section of every pair I do a publication on. So as soon as the market opens, I will be sharing an update on how I intend taking advantage of this potential that we just identified here on the AUD USD. So thank you very much for watching. And if this publication in any way has added or assisted you in making your own individual decision during the trading week, kindly support me by following me and liking this publication on my TradingView account. Thank you for watching and do have a wonderful day. Bye bye.